everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be playing around with the Maybelline Master Prime primers. I have all three of them and we're going to do swatches. We're going to talk about why I think these things are amazing, and I'm also going to be doing some comparisons with other primers that I have tried hard to love in the past. Now, as a reminder, I am reviewing these as an individual with very oily skin and large pores. So I am looking for a primer that is going to minimize the appearance of my pores and that is not going to make me oily, shiny, greasy. I don't want it to feel heavy. I don't want it to feel like it's packed into my pores. And I certainly don't want it to make my makeup slide off my face. Now, the primer that I have been using the most recently is the Maybelline Baby Skin, which is very similar to the Smashbox Photo Finish and the Monistat Chafing Gel. The problem that I have had with this one is just that if I put enough of it on so that it creates a smooth appearance under my makeup, I find that it feels greasy to me. You ever get that feeling like, oh, I'll bet my face is oily? Even if I touch it and it's not, I still feel that way. There's just some weird slipperiness there. And if I put too much of this on, I turn into an oil slick and it's like, ugh. So I've been looking for another primer, and the other thing is, of course, the primer can't clog my pores. So I realize I'm kind of a tough customer in that regard. But I think Maybelline has answered my prayers with these guys. Now, there are three different flavors, if you will, and these I got them from Walmart. They were $7.94 I think each. If you get them at the drugstore, I believe the drugstore price is $9.99 US, which is still a pretty good price. It's in that drugstore range, and you do get 1 ounce of product per tube. And of course, because it is a primer, you're not going to be using a ton of it. You don't need a lot for these products to do their job. So really, the $10 price tag is going to last you probably several months. Okay, so let's get started. So the three varieties are the plain, we'll call it the vanilla flavor. This is just shade 100 blur and smooth. So there's nothing else that this guy does except it smooths your skin and it blurs the appearance of your pores, fine lines, little tiny imperfections, things like that, so that when you put your foundation on, they don't show up so badly. Then we have shade 200, which is blur and it illuminates. This one is really the bomb diggity, but we're gonna get there. Let me finish. So here's the shade 300 is the one that combats redness and it also blurs your pores. Now, let's start with vanilla. Can you tell, like, I'm obsessed with, like, I really want ice cream today. I'm like, let's do vanilla, strawberry, and pistachio. Okay, so let me show you the texture here. It comes out of the tube white, but it's a very lightweight. It feels like a lightweight lotion. It does not feel like a cream or a paste or anything. And look, it's already dry. It's already dry. It absorbs like that. So you don't have to sit there with this on your face waiting 60 seconds or longer for it to absorb and dry. You know, and there's sometimes when I've been using other primers where I've actually had to take a tissue and kind of blot the excess off my face, which probably tells you, well, you were using too much. And I say, yeah, I know, but I felt like I either had to choose between using that much or the primer wouldn't give me the visual effect that I wanted. So I was kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. This takes care of that problem. It dries almost immediately and it makes a noticeable difference in the texture of my skin, but I cannot feel that I have anything on it at all. Huge win. Now, we're gonna get to strawberry, shade 200. This is the Blur Plus Illuminate, and it's SPF 30. That's right, it has SPF in it. Now, the other two flavors don't, and I don't know why. I would love it if they all did, because frankly, this means not only do you get to blur your imperfections and you get the luminizing quality of this, but you can also eliminate an entire other product from your day's skincare routine. So that means on the days you wear this, if you normally put on a sunscreen separately first, you don't have to do that anymore. Now, of course you can, and having more SPF is always better. So please understand, I'm not suggesting that you cut back on your SPF. I mean, look at me, I'm white as a ghost. I would never suggest that. But At the same time, if you're having problems with products clogging your pores, with being super oily, with just having cakiness, with looking like you have a thick layer of products on your face, one way to help combat that problem is to use fewer products. So that's why this is genius. Now, this comes out of the tube as a very light pink, and you're gonna notice, can you see, you're gonna notice that it's thicker than the vanilla flavor. And that may be because of the SPF, I'm not sure. But anyway, it dries down very quickly, and unlike the other two varieties, this has a discernible scent to it. It's pleasant, it's faint, it's not like, wow, that's a scented product. It kind of reminds me of hotel shampoo or hotel body lotion, you know, those little like complimentary bottles they put in the bathroom. I always kind of like those things. So this is not a negative at all. It's just that there is a scent there. So if you are extremely sensitive to scented cosmetics, buy this with that in mind and save your receipt. And I should turn the product around. If you need to take it back, you can. Now I'm going to be smelling my hand for the rest of the video because I like how I like how it smells. Now, let's talk about the illuminating effect. It just makes it look like it's like your skin is more alive. I don't know how to really put it into words, and I don't know if you're even going to be able to see a difference. I think you can. I think you can see that this one is more radiant somehow. But it doesn't look oily, it's not sticky, and there's no glitter particles that are going ping, you know, off of your skin, so you don't look like you're wearing body glitter, you don't look like you're wearing some chunky, cheap bronzer, you just look more alive. Now, I am also wearing this on my face right now, and I combined it with the pistachio flavor because I was interested to see if it would take away some of the slight redness that I can have on the apples of my cheeks and like around here, right around the bottom of my nose. This one it's good, but it's my least favorite of the three because its de-reddening properties are kind of gentle. So if you have severe redness issues, if you have rosacea, if you have severe acne, if you have any other kind, you know, redness on your skin for any reason, definitely I would recommend you give this a try as part of your color correcting regimen, but it's probably not going to take the place of your other, for example, a color correcting green concealer, but you kind of have to play around with it and see what you're comfortable with and what gives you the results you want. So test it, and you might find that you can get away with wearing a little bit less concealer. Who knows? It could happen. So I will definitely be keeping this around and mixing it with the luminizing one. What I did was I put the luminizer over my whole face. I waited about 10 seconds, and then I just put this on here and here. I want to do a comparison also of the illuminator here with my L'Oreal Magic Lumia Illuminating Primer. I thought we could have a little thriller in Manila here because these are both supposed to do basically the same thing, except the Lumi does not have SPF in it. This is 0.68 fluid ounces. This is a full ounce, so you have almost twice as much product in here, and I can't remember how much I paid for this, but I believe it was about $8. So really, this is a much better bargain, but it comes down to, you know, the difference in the product. Do you like one or the other? And there are serious differences. So let's get to swatching. Now, I already showed you that I have, on this hand, I have the luminizing one. So you know what that looks like. Let's put on my other hand the Lumi. Now, it comes out, and this is a liquid. It's not a cream. It's not a lotion. It really is a white pearlescent liquid. Look. And then we just blend-orino, and you're gonna notice that it's taking a long time to blend in. It is still wet. I should put a clock up in the corner of my screen if I could figure out how to do that. It's still wet. Okay, it's still a little bit tacky. But I don't know if you can see, but yes, there is luminosity here, but there's also a very slight ashiness. Now, if I am ashy from a product, whoa. If I am ashy, basically the rest of the world doesn't stand a chance, you know, because, I mean, look at me. So this has some actual white pigment that stays on your skin. It is much less likely to give you oiliness issues because radiance can soon kind of turn the corner to looking oily, and that's kind of this delicate balance that each of us has to find with our own skin. We want to look glowy, we want to look illuminated, but we don't want to look oily or greasy. So anyway, that is my kind of Cliff's Notes about these 3 primers. I think that they are wonderful. They are different from any other primer I have ever used, and I have used almost all of them on the market, from Bargain Basement Drugstore all the way up to the Armani primer, which is still, I still love it. It's got SPF 50 in it, but it doesn't have the illuminating quality to it. So you know what? This one might take the place of this. $7.49 at Walmart. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. I would love to have you as part of my channel. And just thank you so much for watching and for spending some of your time with me this morning. So I will upload this right now, and I will look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye!